Kushner accused of not turning over documents related to the Russia investigation. And if that sounds familiar, it's because thus far he has failed to disclose at least 5 other meetings or business transactions with Russian officials. So, Sean Turner with me here in New York today, CNN national security analyst. It's so nice to have you in. Thank you so much for being here. How many times can you omit information on, national security forums and not have a serious problem?
Yeah, I think we're beyond the point where we can give Jared Kushner the benefit of the doubt on this.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. Now, we've got multiple instances now in which he has recalled information after it either came out in the media or it was called to his attention by people investigating this. And I think what really disturbs me about this most recent letter that Senator Feinstein and Grassley sent asking for additional documents is that they talk about some specifics that they're looking for. When they talk about documents related to creating a backdoor or back channel, that really gets the hair on the back of my neck up, because it's the prerogative of sitting governments, of sitting administrations, to establish backdoor channels to be able to communicate with our partners and allies about foreign policy, national security issues, to be able to make decisions. And so the question is, why would Jared Kushner have any correspondence or be talking with anyone about creating a backdoor channel between WikiLeaks and the Russians? This is the kind of thing that, from a national security perspective, really causes some concern.
Okay, so that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up when you hear things like that. But, you said an important phrase, which is, I don't totally remember until the media reported it, which deja vu to a couple of days ago in this AG Jeff Sessions, testimony up on Capitol Hill. And so between the two of them and this whole either I haven't revealed or I don't recall, how long can they continue doing that without truly facing consequences?
Yeah, I think that we are very close to that point. I mean, the Attorney General Jeff Sessions said, I don't recall, some 20-odd times. And I think that what this does is, for all of those people out there who said early on, let's give the administration the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
We don't have any hard facts. We don't have any proof. Let's let the investigation play out.
How much longer do they do that?
The picture is starting to form. And at this point, we don't know exactly what that picture is going to look like. But clearly, there's something there that these individuals would rather not have out in the public discourse. Let
me just read this list, right? And you think of Kushner as the central figure here. So from the digital operation to Michael Flynn to firing of the FBI Director James Comey to the communications with WikiLeaks, the Trump Tower, the security forums that we're talking about. Jared Kushner, the theme is that he always sort of seems to be in the room.
Yeah. Jared Kushner is emerging as a central figure. He really is. I mean, that list that you laid out, those are all facts with regard to Jared Kushner. What really concerns me with regard to Jared is the fact that we are 10 months into him turning in his paperwork for his security clearance. He's involved in all of these issues involving national security, including many on the list that you just named, and he still does not have
his security clearance.
Right, and there is a provision to allow people to get an expedited security clearance. I'm really curious as to why he has not been expedited, and if he has, why is it taking so long?
Let's talk about Bob Mueller and this subpoena to the Trump campaign. They're asking for, officials obviously to produce these Russia-related documents, and this new subpoena seeks additional records. And the source described it as a cleanup subpoena. What is that? What are they cleaning up?
Yeah, when I look at that list, look, there are a couple of things on that list that I think could potentially have been things that were not in the original scope of the request, or things that maybe they did not have the ability to provide. For example, the transcripts of other hearings. But there are also things on that list that were clearly in the scope of the previous request. When he's asking for, when they're asking for information related to emails that were that talked about communication with WikiLeaks, clearly that was in the original request. So this idea that it's a cleanup causes me a little bit of concern, because there are things there that should have been provided originally.
Okay. Sean Turner, thank you so much. Nice to see you in person.
You too.
Selective silence. Moments from now, the White House is set to respond to the president's attacks on Senator Al Franken, a Democrat, but his silence on accusations against Roy Moore, Republican, speaks volumes. So we'll talk live with the author of this 1995 New York Magazine piece that President Trump used specifically to attack Senator Franken on Twitter. So stand by for that.